Welcome to Nova Aetas and our Ironman challenge. I have done Ironman challenges in native Warband and also in Prophecy of Pendor, and this is going to be a little bit of an experiment because I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go. Nova Aetas is not technically a finished mod, so to speak, because there are a lot of different places where the mod could be improved, but it is an absolutely fantastic experience, so I'd highly recommend downloading it through the link in the description if you have never played it. Otherwise, these are my settings right here. These are the settings we will be having throughout the entire adventure. And let's start a new game. Now, Nova Aetas is a little bit different in the way that we are going to be approaching the game in comparison to indeed native and, of course, Pendor. And Pendor, of course, is on an entirely different scale. Nova Aetas is going back to Calradia. It is toning things down a little bit and making things a little bit more realistic, quote-unquote. Where Pendor is sort of light fantasy, you know, it's got elves, it's got undead units and everything. Nova Aetas is a bit more on the realistic side. Anyway, we're going to play as a male, and we're going to be dishonest thief, I think, and we will then also... Not entirely sure about this. Not entirely sure. I think we're going to go for liberal arts like philosophy, and then we are going to... This is slightly tricky. Calm, wise, and weak. See, here's the thing. What we want to do is we want to become a very strong, but also a very intelligent character. And I would say that intelligence is maybe even more important than strength in this case. University student is what we're going to do, and then we will go for Wanderlust, I think, and there we go. Okay, so now here is a bit of a problem with Nova Aetas. I have encountered numerous issues with the game where there's a particular party that is not actually in the game, if you know what I mean. So their sprite disappears and then you're not able to find it, and then it gives you an error constantly, and basically that error removes the text box completely from battles and things like that. And usually making multiple saves in multiple save slots actually fixes that issue. But because this is an Ironman challenge and if I die, it's game over, I'm going to be playing on realistic saving. I would not recommend this for you. If you're going to be playing Nova Aetas, it is definitely recommended from me and from basically everyone else that's played it to play on quit without saving, because that will allow you to save in multiple save slots and you can safeguard yourself from any potential problems. So I'm just going to play on realistic because it is a series for the channel and we're going to go with that. All right, so what I need to do, Byron Beartild. Byron Beartild is going to be our character for the Ironman challenge in this mod. Okay, so we are going to be placing all of our points, or as many points as we can, into intelligence. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do intelligence right now. We're going to go for strength and then a little bit of intelligence because we're going to level up pretty quickly. But bear in mind that we are going to need to spec into surgery, first aid, wound treatment, all that wonderful stuff. Then we'll also need to spec into Iron Flesh and Power Strike. And yeah, now as I've said, it is going to be a bit difficult for us in the beginning because what we need to do is we need to get to 14 intelligence to be able to have the ability to heal ourselves with our medic abilities. So we're just going to randomize a little bit here. And there we go. That's fine with me. Let's go with him. Okay, so another thing that you must take into account when making a character in Nova Aetas is your religion. And personally, I would say just choose whatever you want, whatever you think is going to be interesting to your character roleplay, or just what you think is fun. But for the sake of min-maxing, for the sake of doing the best that we possibly can in the face of, you know, huge amounts of difficulty, I will be playing with Christianity because that is the most widespread religion in the game, and I'm going to be able to utilize it to gain stats over time. So I'm going to be using Christianity. And certain point you chose to follow. Okay, I have no idea. I guess we'll just go with Catholicism. I really don't know If this really makes any difference, I think Christianity in general is just what you want to pick if you want to have an easy time gaining particular stats. Alright, so otherwise, shall we be an 18 to 25-year-old, young and energetic, or young and vigorous? Or maybe we should be old. Can we actually die in this game? Well, technically yes, because Iron Man, you know. Iron Man, we're dead, and then we're gone. I guess we'll just do 25 to 35. Alright, so there we go. We're plonked out onto the map, and this is where we are. Yeah, so if you're unfamiliar with Nova Aetas, it is a massive map. They have expanded the Saranid Sultanate quite considerably. As you can see right here, they go down into the south much more than you would have expected. And you also have to remember that there is also a band of Turgan Horde that are going to be entering the game world very, very soon. And that's going to be a bit problematic. Then we have the Vaegirs, of course, very classic. But they own Dirim this time around instead of only owning these three. And Rivercheg is owned by the Kingdom of Norgr. And Norgr is a branch of Nords, basically. But apparently Norgr are the best units that you can get for the most part. So if I go... is there actually a troop tree? Yes, there is actually a troop tree, which is fantastic. So if we take a look at the troop tree right here, this is actually not a special feature, but I'm just going to show you exactly what I'm planning on doing so that if you want to do it as well, then you can kind of follow along with me, and I think that's going to be pretty fun. But anyway, let's just continue on with here. Hopefully it's not going to crash. If it crashes, that's going to be funny. Yeah, there's Aztecs as well, by the way. If you're not familiar, there are Aztecs as well. I have played Nova Aetas on the channel before, and if you would like to check out those series, there will be links in the description. I'd recommend it. They're pretty fun. Or at least I think they're pretty fun. We did a whole bunch of cool stuff in them. And then we have the Agonic Order right here. The Turgan Horde, as I've said, they're basically advanced Khergits. They have some really, really fantastic horse archers. And then we have the Merchant Republic of Zendar. Those guys are going to be not too difficult to deal with, but they have some good lancers. And then the Norgr guys. Now these guys have amazing Huskarls, as you can see right here. These guys, while you may be used to Pendor standards, if you've been seeing my Pendor Ironman challenge on the channel recently, you may be used to those statistics, and a high tier unit in that is going to have like 300 weapon proficiencies in everything, 400, maybe even 500 dependent on what it is. And it's going to have insane amounts of HP as well. They're going to have like 100 HP. But of course this is on a completely different scale. And that's what I was talking about earlier, where it is very much more realistic, and you're not going to have a unit that is capable of killing, I don't know, 50 peasants or something like that. The peasants are eventually going to get these Huskarls. Anyway, they got some good shields as well. And yeah, all that stuff. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to primarily be using Norgr units, and we're probably also going to be attempting to use Vaegir archers or Rodok crossbowmen. Crossbowmen are actually really good in this, and there's the Nordic Huskarl as well, by the way. So if you want to use the other Nordic unit, then you can do that. And personally, I feel like these guys are really good as well. How much shield do the other guys have? They don't. They have 6. Yeah. Well, personally, I prefer these guys. Not entirely sure why, really. Maybe they're a little bit cheaper. Yeah, they're probably a little bit cheaper because these guys have much better gear, with the exception of the shield. I think the shield is not so good. Their weapon proficiencies are a little bit better as well. But anyway, that's my plan for the most part. And what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to move on. I have 105 florins. I have some clean water because you have to buy water and food in Nova Aetas. And we also have Essays on Logic. Essays on Logic, I believe, is a engineering book. But anyway, we're not going to be recruiting from any of these villages right now. I am actually going to immediately go to the ruins of Uxkhal if we can, and they have already invited me to a tournament. Now, with these stats, probably won't be able to do very well, but maybe we'll try it out after the ruins of Uxkhal. If Aldorius is actually really close by as well, so it might make sense for us to participate. And also bear in mind that tournaments will not affect whether it's a game over if I die. That's just how we have so far determine things, because in tournaments, of course, they use blunt weaponry instead of using actual deadly weapons. But anyway, we are going to attempt to find the two-handed sword of an old king. I can't remember. Is it Harlaus? Is it actually Harlaus? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so. But yeah, we're going to attempt to find that. I think it is actually going to be over there in the distance. And we'll see whether it actually is. Alright, so we're now next to the statue and I have not died. Can you believe it? Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Anyway, we're going to be picking up this chest right here. As you can see, this is the Sword of Harlaus, an absolutely fantastic starting weapon. We also have some pottery, some silver ore, and some oil. It's really, really good to come here immediately just to pick it up. And then we're just going to be exiting. There are other chests in there, so if you do want to continue exploring and everything, be my guest. You can do that if you so desire, but I won't be for the moment. And I would like to be able to... should I go to the tournament? I don't have that much money, so it's basically... Actually, you know what? Let's be risky, right? I mean, it's not going to end in a game over for me if I do end up failing, but it's going to be kind of fun to try it out. Okay, so... Whoa, deserters, get out of here. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Those guys are Swadian militia. So the Swadian militia are not going to be that dangerous, but I definitely don't want to get into a battle with 12 of them right now, if I can help it. And, okay, is there... Yeah, there is a tournament. Okay, fantastic. So what we're going to do, also, there is property management. There's property management in this mod, and it's going to be very important for us later down the line, but at the moment we don't really need to focus on it. I'm going to just sell a little bit of this, sell some silver ore, sell the oil as well as the throwing knives, rusty sword, all that stuff. I could even sell the book if I needed money, but I have now 900 florins, which is actually really fantastic. So, should we try joining the tournament? Yeah, I guess, why not? Okay, so now, here's the cool thing about the tournaments in Nova Aetas. They're completely customizable to your own liking, which is really quite amazing. So you can see here, you can basically change your team, and you can change your wager. I'm going to just wager 75, and we're going to bid that we... Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to bid that I will kill 3 enemies. And let's make this a little bit lower as well. This is usually, I think it's 3 teams with 2 fighters each. I think that's usually the best one to go for. We're not going to randomize equipment either. We are going to use a lance. And we'll use a horse, enhanced horse. I'm just trying to maximize the amount that we actually get from this. 2 teams of 3 fighters each. Is that better? Well, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. So let's just go with that. And we'll see how it goes. I have not played Nova Aetas for a while, so bear in mind that this might not be optimized at the moment. So let's do it. I have a lance. Yes, I have a lance. Let's see if I can use it to the best effect. Oh, yeah. He blocked me or something. Anyway, I don't actually have that much in the way of riding skills, so it's actually going to be kind of difficult for me to get any kind of speed up with these slow horses. But we did take out one guy, and did we win? Yeah, we actually did win, so there you go. We've earned 918 florins, which is actually really nice. So I guess we'll just continue doing that, and we'll see how it goes. You can change it dependent on, between rounds as well. So you get money after every single round. So if you bet on the final and you bet a huge amount of cash, then you might get a bit more of a payout, which is actually pretty cool. Ah, yes, my lancing skills are pretty awful. Just bear that in mind, because I am literally a level 1 character, and I don't have that much riding skill. So it is going to be a bit difficult for me to... a bit difficult for me to use this. I know people say go into first person, so maybe I should just go into first person and see what I could do with it. There we go, a little bit of extra damage. Kind of surprised that I haven't taken that much... Well, that I haven't done that much damage yet, to be honest. Okay, that did not work. Okay, well, maybe I can... you know what? I'm just going to go third person. It's just so much easier for me. There we go, 47. And maybe we can use a bit of a normal thrust. It's not really going to work out too well. Oh, we might actually lose this. This would be bad. It's pretty bad that the red team are doing so well. Okay. Just don't mind me. Don't mind me. This is just an expert display of horse control right here. As you can see, my horse is actually almost dead. And I think if I do die here, this is going to be bad because I only have a lance, as you can see. I literally only have a lance. Can I use this as a... yeah, I can use this as a... Oh, murdered. Murdered. Okay, so there you go. We will be able to continue onward, but that's fine. Because, as you see, we are rank 13 of 32. Let's see if we can do a little bit better this time around. I'm going to try and take out the guy who is on the ground. 90. Oh, 80 even. Sorry. 80 damage. I thought that was enough. But apparently not. Apparently not. Captain Juan of Jacqueline is very, very powerful indeed. I'm hopeful that my friend will be able to... Nope, never mind. Oh, no, he's murdering. He's actually murdering. Can he win? Can he win this? I would love for him to win this. I think we are part of the green team, aren't we? No. We didn't win that by the looks of things. But yeah, as you can tell, it is pretty harsh. If you do end up losing, it is pretty harsh. And we are betting 75 florins every single time. So, of course, there is a bit of an issue there. But hopefully I will be able to do some damage here. Nope, never mind. There's a shield. People do have shields, of course. And my guy is literally just running into the side of the arena. What a wonderful fellow. He's doing a good job. But I'm not one to speak because I'm doing absolutely terribly. Okay, here we go. Nice, 54 damage. Okay, I was hopeful for a little bit more than that. And my guy just got killed, didn't he? Yes, he did. Why? Why is my guy always the one to die first? That's terrible. Okay, well, maybe we can take this guy down. Yes, there we go, there we go. Okay. Now what we need to do is kind of stay out of the battle a little bit. Let that guy shoot at the enemies. Try and get the red team a little bit weakened. And then we'll see what we can do. Maybe I can just charge at these guys. No. I was hopeful that I would be able to hit them over the fence. That would be pretty nice. Green team, can you shoot at the reds? That would be quite nice. So I wouldn't have to worry so much. Maybe I should have gone for 2 points. That probably would have made sense. Wow. Okay, 68. Nice. Okay, that's some good damage. They did actually... No, never mind. I'm dead. That guy is so beastly. He is so beastly. But bear in mind, we have much more. I'm going to actually just change things up a little bit. Let's do it this way. All right. Let's see what we can do here. So it's just 2 teams now. And it is a 3 versus 3. We might have a pretty... Oh, yeah, maybe not. I was going to say we might have a pretty easy time of things now. Ah, there we go. We actually killed one. Fantastic. Okay, so maybe I can do a little bit of extra damage here. A little bit. And maybe I can... Oh, he's sneaky. Going through there. Maybe we can get him. Maybe we can get him if he goes into the wall. Nice. There we go. We actually took him down. Fantastic. Good work. And that means we gain 900. Fantastic. And some renown as well. Bear in mind that renown is really important. Prestige is really important as well in Nova Aetas. And we're going to see if we can maybe earn a little bit of extra cash. Tournaments, very, very important. If you're lucky, you'll be able to get a lot of money here. Obviously, I'm not doing particularly well because I don't have that much riding skill and these horses are extremely slow. I probably should have not gone for the enhanced horse. I think the enhanced horse probably makes it a bit slower because it is armored, maybe. Nice, 56 damage. My lance is not back up and running yet. Bear in mind, I also have 24 polearm proficiency, so it is pretty slow to recuperate. Okay, let's see if I can get this guy. Yes, 52 damage. Nice. Okay, if only my my teammates could actually do something. Seems like Guardsman Max is doing okay now. That's pretty good. As long as we win... Oh, there we go. I think that's it. Yep, there we go. We were actually on Captain Juan's team this time around. So there you go. We gained 900. Pretty crazy. And now we can finish. Of course, I'm not going to be in the top 3 here. If I was in the top 3, I would also get a tournament prize. I'd get some additional renown, experience, and so on and so forth. But that's absolutely fine. I really don't mind about that because we will have many, many more opportunities. And now I have 3,200 straight away from being a lowly level 1 idiot spawning into the world. We are doing pretty well for ourselves. And I can actually buy some armor almost immediately if I want to. And I think that's probably going to be a pretty decent idea. So let me actually just take a look at some of the cost here because it's going to be pretty expensive. I'm warning you now. It's going to be very expensive. So yeah, even this stuff that is not widely regarded as being that good is pretty expensive. Going to buy this legionary hat. And we'll buy a suit. Oh, we look very stylish already, as you can tell. Let's get these boots. And I think that's probably going to be it. I don't really want to get a shield, but I kind of have to, don't I? I kind of have to. So I guess I could just get the Agonic shield. And we'll keep the crossbow because I'm probably going to be ending up using a crossbow in this mod because crossbows are actually really good. So we'll probably try and do something like that. But anyway, I still have 800 florins. That's going to be enough to recruit a whole bunch of units. And now I just need to be careful about bandits. Because bandits in Nova Aetas are pretty dangerous. The Cathars in particular are going to be quite vicious. And they're going to be quite difficult to defeat if they engage upon us. So we probably want to avoid that at all costs. Yeah, those Cathars right there are attacking a trade convoy. I won't be able to help them out at the moment, unfortunately, but hopefully later down the line I will be able to. All right, so now we're in Vajir territory. I'm going to try and recruit a couple of these guys. There we go. Every single unit, by the way, costs 25 florins, so it is pretty expensive to recruit. Oh, no, I don't want to force recruitment. That's unfortunate. Maybe I can go into the tavern and I'll find someone in here. There's a cannoneer, mercenary lancer. There's a ransom broker as well. Maybe the ransom broker actually has something because we can buy slaves. Don't have enough money to be able to buy slaves from him, which is kind of unfortunate. Usually they're decent starter units. And we'll just head in here. Oh, nice. 7 of them. That's really, really good. And now what we probably want to do is we probably want to spend most of our time in Vajir territory, unless there is a tournament up and running somewhere. Well, very close by to that wonderful village where we got all those Vajir recruits, we have now run into some Tundra bandits. And, well, I'm not entirely sure how well this is going to go, but we'll try it. And bear in mind that in Nova Aetas there are combat abilities associated with your statistics. So dependent on how much you have in a particular stat, if you take a look here, let's focus on the most important one for us, which is going to be numpad 5, first aid. This treats your immediate wounds to recover 3 times your first aid plus intelligence in hit points, and this requires 14 intelligence. So for example, if I were to have 10 in first aid and 30 intelligence, this would literally heal for 60 HP or something along those lines. Basically, it's just insane to be able to have a healing ability where you can heal yourself every 60 seconds. But that's the point. That's also a glaring weakness in the abilities. But that's the thing. It's not really a weakness, more of a balancing decision, because let's face it, if you have a heal that you can use every 5 seconds or something like that, it's just way too powerful and it's just not going to work. But 60 seconds gives everyone enough time to kill you, that's for sure. So definitely going to need to be wary of that when I actually do unlock it, because of course I need to get another 6 levels to be able to advance my intelligence to such a sufficient level that I will actually even be able to use the first aid ability in the first place. Okay, so what I'm basically doing here is just kind of distracting the opponent, trying to kill them if I can. But bear in mind that it is very risky for me to do this because they can kill me really easily. So I've got to be kind of cautious. But also something that we want to do in a very, very quick second is if we are going to be victorious here, if I actually don't end up dying, Then what we want to do is probably go to one of the nearby lords, probably see if I can get a task to eliminate the Sea Raider hideout or something like that, because that's going to be, well, really good. That's going to be really good for us, but unfortunately we're probably not going to be able to be that successful at it because we have these units. These units are really low level. We need to level them up first. Anyway, there you go. 4 renown, 5 morale, not too bad. Going to take all of this. I do have 1 point in inventory management, so I actually have a pretty significant inventory space, which is actually really nice. But anyway, let's continue onward. And oh, that's actually being raided right now. Well, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind too much about that. Let's see who's leveled up. A couple of people leveled up, not too much of them. Let's get another point in intelligence, another point in surgery and wound treatment, and we will continue to level up our one-handed weapon proficiency, because at the moment, using this weapon, because it is a two-handed / one-handed weapon, if you use it in a one-handed stance, because it is a pretty heavy weapon, because it is a two-handed weapon as well, it's very difficult for your character to lift it unless you have a good amount of proficiency. And I think strength might play a part in it as well, but I think proficiency is the main thing. So you definitely want to try and focus on that. But otherwise, we're going to continue recruiting some people. Oh, look at that. We gained 5 of them. Very nice. Let's see if I can get a couple more over here. I want to try and avoid... Oh, what? Oh, that's a lot of Sea Raiders. That is a lot of Sea Raiders. Okay, so basically what I want to do is I don't really want to avoid Sea Raiders if I can help it. I want to fight them because they have the opportunity to drop some extremely good stuff. But on the other hand, they are insane. They're really well geared in Nova Aetas. They have some armor that is literally... let me see if my armor... Yeah, my armor has 25, right? Their armor has like, I think it's between 30 and 50 or so in protection. So it's going to be super hardcore insane to try and defeat a large Sea Raider band at the moment. I could maybe take 6 of them. Let's see if we can take 6 of them. This is probably not going to end well. Let's just say that. It's probably not going to end well because I'm probably going to get killed by a thrown weapon or something like that, because they have the opportunity to use throwing axes as well, of course. And we have a bad experience with that. Ugh, don't remind me. Yes, don't remind me. Anyway, let's move my forces ahead. We are 21, so theoretically we're okay, because these guys are outnumbered so significantly. We should have a pretty easy time of things. I'm actually just going to tell my forces just to charge in, because at this point, I don't really care if they end up dying, as long as they provide a little bit of a distraction, maybe get a little bit of experience in the process of defeating these guys. But maybe I'm being a little bit too overly cautious. But as you can see, these guys are actually wearing some chainmail and stuff, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good mid-tier armor right there. This archer is actually hitting my horse, which is not very nice of him, gotta say. Okay, let's see if I can take this guy out. Oh, 1 hit! 1 hit! I hit him on the head. That was the main reason. There we go, there's another one. Nice. Okay, we're actually able to defeat these guys, or at least I'm able to defeat them. My forces are not really doing very well, which is kind of surprising because I'm actually doing 92 damage? 92? What's going on with that? I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Oh, there we go, there we go. We're actually hitting them properly now. This guy's actually kind of well geared, as you can see. But, yeah. Anyway, do we have any prisoner management? I'm not entirely sure. Don't think we do. Anyway, we do have the opportunity to take them prisoner. I don't even know whether there is prisoner management in Nova Aetas. I think it is primarily based on your party size, which is actually really, really important. Anyway, we gain +1 prestige for executing these guys. We gain +30 florins for ransoming them. And we gain +2 prestige to release them. Or we could just take them prisoner and put them in a salt mine or something like that. As far as I'm aware, there is a salt mine structure in the game. You place your prisoners there with some guards and they'll earn you some money. I'm just going to release them for the moment because there's only 1 of them. I don't really care too much about taking them prisoner. And yeah, it seems like there is prisoner management in the game. And I will need to learn it. But, look at this. That is a not better helm. But I did get a much better chest piece, which is actually kind of cool. And we got some nomad boots as well, which I will be taking. I think they're pretty good. And there's also a nice shield here. I think I'm probably going to just swap out the crossbow for the moment. And we'll just use 2 shields, one on the back, one on the front. And there we go. We actually leveled to 3, which is really nice. We could even fight these guys as well, but there's 7 of them. I think that might be a bit too much for our injured party at the moment because we have 7 as well. So that's not really going to work out too well. But we do have a couple of companions in here potentially. There's also a relics seller. Yeah, relic sellers. I haven't really looked too much at these. I'm not entirely sure what these are all for, to be honest. I think it's for the crafting system, perhaps. So don't quote me on it because I am not that familiar with Nova Aetas in the same way that I am with Pendor or Native, because I haven't spent that much time in comparison to those mods playing this one. So anyway, there's another 400 florins for us. We are going to need to get into a nice tournament. Let's get this companion just so that we can have a companion in our party, and we can also give them my helmet because they actually do need one, I believe. And again, I don't exactly know whether certain companions get along or not. You know, it's going to be a complete guessing game for us at the moment. So 14, I think that's fine. And using a scimitar, gonna give him a shield next time we can, but otherwise I think this is a pretty good time to end this episode off here. And let me know if you want to see more. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.